Noob Nights.
Bow. And we're back.
Aye, we're back. All right, it's hot in here.
Oh, yeah, really hot, dude.
Great. We have to find an element, and this is our second dungeon? Yeah.
It is.
Cool. That's pretty rad. I can't use my map. Oh no, I was just talking to him. All right. God.
So what are we gonna do on this
we're gonna
episode?
kick this guy's ass.
Really?
Yeah. Duh. Obviously.
And who is the guy?
I don't know. Maybe like a Goron or something.
I mean, it's been a while since I played this game, so I can't say I remember all the dungeons or all of the annoying bad good gameplay.
The bad gameplay.
The bad good gameplay.
What does that mean?
It means that it's so good that we're gonna call it bad.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just made it up.
Cool. Just content for the show.
Yes, exactly. It's supposed to be just some sort of paradox. So when I say that this game is bad, what I really mean is that it's good.
I need to flip these guys over before I strike.
Right. And when I say that this game is good, well, it still means that it's good.
Cool. Great.
So if I say it's bad, it's good. And if I say it's good, it's good.
That sounds like it wouldn't be very helpful.
That's the whole point. It's not supposed to be helpful.
What are you, IGN? Oh shit, fuck.
Oh, it's a like.
Yeah, no, it's a rupee-like.
Oh, it's a rupee-like.
Yep, he eats your rupees.
I feel like that's not as bad as a like.
It's not.
Because like you'll eat your shields.
Yeah, and they still give your shit back. Like, the longer they suck on you, the more rupees they drop. I believe that's how it works. Yeah, so there's never any real danger.
Yeah.
They're just
I always felt
traumatizing.
like likes were a little bit I don't know, they were a bit kind of creepy.
Yeah, especially in the Ocarina of Time. That's when they got really unsettling. I don't think I can go through there.
And it's funny, you look back at some of the graphics. I mean, Zelda actually wasn't too bad, the original graphics, but you know, some of those old games, like I think of like James Bond 007, GoldenEye, and you look at it and it's like,
oh god, yeah,
graphics
man,
just like make you cringe.
That's the problem, especially with like games that they try to have like the realistic graphics. They never age well. Zelda graphics always seem to age pretty well in general. I think the Ocarina Ocarina Majora's, no, there's Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess. Are those the only ones that had like the quote-unquote realistic graphics? Because Wind Waker had like stylized cell shading.
I guess I see what you mean. I mean, I know that when they remade Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, like the HD versions, like they did upgrade the graphics.
Yeah, but like despite that, I really feel like Wind Waker aged very well. God, I flipped my controls and now I can't get used to them. Wind Waker aged really well, and I'm kind of, I mean, I guess it was on the remake train anyways, just because we're on rails. Oh, fuck off. I know.
Oh, rails.
I need to hop in. Okay.
But sometimes your jokes, they go way over my head.
Cool. You gotta get woke, man.
Okay.
Get woke to get the joke. I think that's what they say. Oh, what the fuck were we just talking about?
Staying on the rails.
Oh, right. Like, okay, they had been remaking all of the Zelda games anyway, so I guess why wouldn't they remake Wind Waker? Oh, look at this. Oh, you remember. Yes, you've been here. Sweet jumping jellyfish, that was awful. Yeah, it's pretty great. Losing my train of thought here.
But I don't know, it saddens me that Nintendo doesn't make new games anymore.
Right, yeah, we were just talking about this on Reddit, because Nintendo is just really cashing in on those remakes.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there's anything bad with doing remakes. Although I feel like a lot of times they don't remake the games I want them to remake. You know, and they remake games that I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Like Wind Waker, I didn't mind playing Wind Waker again, that's for sure. But like I will say, I don't feel like it necessarily needed a remake. Some people definitely disagree, but it held up pretty well. It's not like Twilight Princess, or, you know, mainly Twilight Princess, which I think really kind of gets hit the hardest. But yeah, man, you go back to these 3D games that you played in your childhood, and like they make it nauseous. Like it just, the graphics don't age well. Oops.
Well, that was pointless.
Yep. Just gotta, don't mind me. Whereas the stylized games always seem to age pretty well. So that's why I think whenever I make a game,
that's not the hole that you want to fall into
no,
at that size.
You don't want to fall into a lot of holes.
It's a bit of a canyon.
Yeah.
That size.
So I was saying something about Four Swords. It's actually been what, I don't even know. I'm trying. Why do they even give me a sword?
Are you gonna die?
Oh, I'm over here trying to get the heart piece, man.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work at that size.
Well,
you just wasted a whole bunch of hearts.
Yeah, I can't get that either.
You gotta get big, dude.
I can do something here. Like jump down. There we go. See? Easy peasy. Safely surrounded by fire.
Brad always likes to live on the edge anyway,
God.
so.
I don't like this sword and shield play as much as I like the Oracle ones, because I don't know, you're open too much when you do the shield and the sword. I don't know, maybe it's the same.
You
I don't
need
know.
more options. Is that the problem?
No, it just seems really slow. Just kind of like to get back to the shield. You know. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the one playing, so I can't really. It's hard for me to get that feel, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Apparently the lava looks really hot. So that's news.
Really? The lava's hot?
No. I don't know. Is it? Yeah, it is.
Well, at least it isn't like Mario where it insta-kills you regardless of how much health you have.
Yeah, so I guess one could say that Zelda lava is canonically less hot.
I suppose.
Yeah? I'll go with that.
Although I feel like it's categorically a different type of game, because I feel like in Mario, you're pretty much, like, dying is almost an expectation. I mean, they give you lives, the lives don't even matter, but you die a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, you usually... Uh-oh. Oh, no.
You screwed up.
Damn it.
You screwed up big time. You're trapped, you can't get out of here. It's game over.
Maybe dial that back a bit.
Yeah. You might as well just turn the game off right now, delete your save file, and...
You're really all about this whole save file deletion.
I mean, it adds new spice to the game.
Oh yeah, new spice. The new spice is I'm not getting all the hearts.
It's actually interesting because recently I've been playing Subnautica Below Zero. We're allowed to tell the viewers about that, are we?
Sure.
And one of the options, and it's in the original Subnautica game too, is that you can play like permadeath, like where if you die, your save file gets
Terraria
deleted.
does that too, and Minecraft. There's kind of been a trend.
And seeing it was my first time playing it, I'm like, I don't want to play permadeath because it's like if I die, I want to actually beat the game. It turns out I actually beat the game without dying.
Oh,
so.
really?
I mean, there were a couple close calls, but I really kind of took it seriously. Like, I want to try not to die,
Yeah.
And I ended up not dying.
Wow.
And I think sometimes, like, especially when the stakes are high, you're really going to do what you can to prevent dying. But I feel like especially with a game that's that long, well, maybe it's not that long, but in a first playthrough, it's like the risk reward is... I don't even know if there's really much of a reward. I guess just bragging rights, maybe an achievement if you care about that kind of stuff.
What game were we talking about?
Subnautica.
Subnautica. Yeah.
No, when it's like a 40+ hour game and it's like
Yeah, you're not always sure that you're gonna get through that one unscathed.
you die like 30 hours into it. Like if you're playing a 40-hour game, like a long game, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but and your save file gets deleted. Do you really want to go back and play it again?
Oh, hell no.
I've had it happen too. I'm trying to think of like a game where I think it was like Grand Theft Auto. I don't know what happened.
Oh God.
I was playing like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas way back in the day.
Uh-huh.
And like I was 90% through the game and I think like my save file got corrupted. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm not even gonna restart playing it again.
You're
I'm
like,
just
it's time to go on a nice long hiatus.
I think what I actually ended up doing is like, this is back in the day, like on, I think it was on the PlayStation, and you had like memory cards and whatnot, and it's like, I think what I ended up doing was I asked like my cousin, can you like copy your save file and give it to me? And he did. It wasn't like a big deal.
Was he like around where you were, or did he already beat the game?
So. He might have beaten the game. I'm not 100% sure. It might have been one of those games because I think it was like the last mission. You know how sometimes like after the last mission,
yeah.
like, kind of like being the final boss in like Ganondorf or in Ocarina of Time. You know, like you don't save the game when you beat it. It'll just bring you back to like right before the final boss. So yeah. I think it was one of those situations.
Man, I always wish that games like that would let you continue playing, but in like after, the boss has been defeated, kind of pieces returned. I mean, I like the option of getting to fight the boss again, but at least like let me enjoy the world I saved. Just don't throw everything back into chaos. Usually we're like, shit's really going down.
Yeah, I mean, I do appreciate a game that allows you to like refight bosses, especially ones that are hard. Like, I mean, we didn't quite get there yet, but we need to get back to Hollow Knight.
Oh, for sure. I don't know.
But
I don't know what I'm gonna do with those at this point because audio, we never addressed it. So it's
just for the sake of gameplay, you need to play the game, if for no other reason.
I guess. What? Oh. So they're not undefeatable steel. Ow.
Looks like there is a way to defeat
It's undefeatable steel. Oh, there we go. Oh. Okay.
Well, seeing in the situation that you're in, and you have to defeat them to get progress. Obviously, they can't be completely unbeatable.
No.
I feel like that does take a lot of effort, though. Like from a developer standpoint, like you might not intend it, but there's always a possibility that you could design a game where you literally get stuck.
Yeah, that's really one of the things they have to watch out for. Oh, this is the cane of Pacci. Pacci.
And at least with Zelda games, I feel like, especially like with the keys and stuff like that, I feel like they're pretty good at not getting you stuck.
Yeah, well, that's a major thing they have to be concerned about during development, because, like, what happened? It's the whole lock and key system is just prone to getting people stuck, or allowing people to go all the way through without having to, visit all the rooms, defeat all the oh, that was a bad idea.
I don't know. Sounds like a graph theory problem.
Graph theory? So
graph theory is this branch of math that basically deals with what are called graphs. And when I talk about graphs, we're not talking about like an XY plane. We're talking about like vertices and edges and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. You're familiar with the 7 bridges of Königsberg problem?
7
basically
bridges.
There's like these 4 pieces of land, and like they're connected by a number of bridges, and
the
idea is like you have to cross each bridge exactly once is their way to do it, and it turns out it's impossible.
It is impossible,
right? And there's a way to prove it and stuff like that. I feel like graph theory would be the type of tool that would be a mathematical tool that would be useful for figuring out where keys are, because you could figure out where certain keys are and like where the locks on the doors and those could be edges and vertices, and you could turn it into like a graph problem, and that would allow you to know whether or not
it could be solved.
Well, whether or not you'd get stuck or not. Like,
huh? Well, that's neat.
I mean, I don't know exactly all the details of how that would work, but I could see something like that or something similar to that being used to try to figure that out.
If it's a thing that would help, yeah, I don't see why not. Huh? All right. Those weren't any danger. I'm just a bitch.
Of course, oftentimes it might be just, rigorous playtesting. But I feel like, even playtesting, you can still overlook things.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, you could playtest it left and right. I mean,
the most thorough playtesting is going to be done by the players. That's just how it goes. That's why a lot of that's why a lot of like IT companies, instead of being as completely thorough with everything, I mean, they'll still try and be thorough with their testing, but they'll make smaller changes and then just push them out immediately, because when people start running into problems, you immediately get that feedback, and you effectively have upwards of like millions and millions of testers. And when you do it in such small increments, you don't have to worry so much about catastrophic issues that will take like thousands of dollars to fix. So, and games are no different.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think was that what I was talking about?
Yeah, you were talking about.
I was still supposed to talk about the Four Sword that I promised earlier in the video, but it had been. How long has it been since we?
That's okay. You haven't violated your promise yet.
Great. Well, I was saying like this is like a prequel to Four Swords Adventures. Oh, this is an issue. Oh no, it's not. Oh fuck, it is an issue.
But what was the promise you made?
It wasn't a promise. I just said I was gonna finish my thought, and now I've lost the thought.
Well, I can't help you with it. Recovering a thought that you had or didn't have or whatever.
Gross. Really gross. So it's a prequel to Four Swords and Four Swords Adventures. The sword in this game is not called the Four Sword, but that's what it is. And those, I can gust jar this guy, right? Right? Yeah, sure. Okay. Blomp. Nope. All right. Oh, that's what this is for. Nope. You know what? I named my sword. I'm gonna do it like this. Easy. That's how you do it. Cool. Aren't you impressed? Hello, Sean?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Oh, thank you.
Little puzzles. But that's the thing about like playtesting is that you could be a developer, you could look over something, and there's always something that a player might do that a developer would never think that, why would a player do that? And there's a player out there that does something and gets them stuck or gets them, makes something crazy happen that you just...
Users of your software are always going to do something that you would never expect.
Like you think you have everything figured out, but then it's like,
Yeah, you never know. And that's just why it's so valuable. It saves you a lot of time and money. When, you could just push out the update and people are like, hey, my account's gone. Something like that.
Yep.
Boop, boop, boop. I need to find the other key place or something. Oh, I'm in the right place. Okay, I just need to stop dicking around with my shield.
Don't fall in the...
Ooh, I don't know how that worked.
That was,
pure, raw, unadulterated skill.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ow.
But I'm only saying that to bolster your ego, not because it was actually a lot of skill.
My ego could use a bolstering.
Every now and again, I'm sure it does.
Hey, haven't died yet. Uh-oh. No. Oh,
Ooh.
I had more time.
That was a rough one.
Yeah, I would agree. Oh, fuck, come on.
This still reminds me of Crash Bandicoot.
Why does
especially the
this remind
updated
you
one.
of Crash Bandicoot?
Because you have so many of those moments in that game in which you're like, I definitely should have made that. I mean, I told you about the jumping in that game. You'll be like, oh, I'm gonna jump this gap. And I mean, how often do you really actually, like, if you're playing a platformer, do you really think about jumping that much?
As opposed to it just kind of being a natural thing?
Yeah.
No.
No, it's just a very natural thing.
Right. Well, platforms need to be made in a fashion where, movement feels natural and you
Right.
don't have to think about it.
Right. Well, in Crash Bandicoot, the original Crash Bandicoot game, because of the way the hitboxes are.
Yeah, they changed it. So basically, you could. Your hitbox, what determines when you're on solid floor, used to be like a box shape, a rectangular prism, if you will.
Yeah.
And then they changed it to be more like an oval, like an egg.
So you'll be like, you'll end up like doing natural jumps that you would in any other platforming game, and you would miss the platform.
Yeah,
like how
you'll
the heck
just-
did I miss that?
You'll
Like,
just slide right off.
I'm like, wait a
the
second.
game acknowledges that it was there, but maybe you weren't close enough.
So then, like, it'll mess with you psychologically, because then you're like really hyper cautious about platforming. Because usually, like in a platforming game, like you're playing Mario, you're just kind of going, you're going through the game pretty recklessly. You're not.
You're going with
thinking
what
too
feels
much.
natural. You just kind of run and you jump. You just time your jumps.
Right.
You don't have to meticulously aim them
Or in that game, you have to meticulously aim them.
Yeah.
Because
because they fucked everything up to make it better. Ooh, cancel. There we
Although
go.
don't get me wrong, I mean, I certainly enjoyed the challenge, and you do learn. After a while, you kind of learn what those mechanics are, but it takes some time. Like, it's not the normal mechanics of a game. But I like a good platformer. I think it's, platforming Metroidvanias are probably kind of among my favorite genre of game.
Would you consider this a platformer? I'm in the air.
I mean,
Floating is kind of like a long jump.
and right now, I guess you're doing platform type.
What did I just do all
Motions?
that for? What did I just?
I don't know.
No.
You're the one playing the game. I don't know what you're supposed to do or what you're
I
not
can
supposed to
go
do.
over there. Did I really? I didn't. Oh, we're at 23. Oh, wow! I can see how far along we are. Nice. Ow. Oh. Perfect.
What, you didn't realize that, or what? That you could actually check your time?
Yeah, no, I didn't. I thought we were
I actually looked at the clock
just
beforehand.
guesstimating at this
too.
point.
Yeah, your time management is not the greatest.
Oh, thanks. Always
At least
talking me up.
in terms of like gaming. Like, I have to be the one to say, oh yeah, it's been like 30 minutes.
Maybe. Sure.
Like, I wonder if, like, I didn't say anything, like, how long an episode would actually be. I should do that one of these days. I should just, like, sit back, and I should just,
Be like,
go
"Oh,
with it,
we're
not even say anything, and we'll just see how long the episode turns into.
going up on hour 3. And he still hasn't noticed.
Like, if you gave yourself a reasonable, you want to make a half-hour episode, right? And you're just, you're in the groove, you're playing. How long do you think you would go before you'd be like, oh, we gotta end this episode?
Ugh.
Like, do you think 45 minutes, an hour?
I don't know. It's weird because my internal clock tends to be pretty good, actually.
And maybe it's because I've always kind of sat back. Oh yeah, time's up, and
well, I think it's.
I haven't really given you that opportunity, but maybe I should. Maybe
I guess
should
it's
just.
different when you're like actively focusing on something. I've like taken naps in the middle of the day, and I'm like, I can only take a nap for like an hour, and then I have to be up because I'm doing it on my lunch break or something. And at the time, I didn't have an alarm on me, but I would just go to sleep. And I would, every time without fail, wake up 59 or 60 minutes in. And it's kind of bizarre how like accurate it is, that internal clock. Or like it's not unusual for me to turn off the radio when a commercial comes on. I'll just keep it off. And then at some point my brain's like, I feel like it's back, and it's like just getting back.
I don't know.
It's
I
weird.
I can't say I've tried to avoid ads on the radio.
You're just cool with ads everywhere, just bombarding yourself with
I don't
ads.
know. I just don't think it, like, to me, it's worth the bother of like, oh, I'm gonna turn the radio off. Granted, I don't really listen.
I think
too
that's
much
what they
radio.
count on. Because how else would they get people to listen to the ads?
Well, sure, and I think like to some extent, like even like ads on TV, I think to some extent they're a bit entertaining, so it's not just completely terrible. Like, oh, I don't want to watch the ad. I mean, obviously you want to get back to the show, but I mean, I don't know. I always think ads tend to be entertained to kind of capture your attention a little bit. What do you think? No,
They're that's
what they're
tailor-made.
designed
Yeah, they get like all the data about which ads you're watching and how well they hold your attention, and they use that to market stuff towards you that you're going to watch, and ads that are effective toward when they're targeting you.
to. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's 100% a thing.
Okay, we're at
Vito guy.
27 minutes. We need to end the episode right now.
Cool. We'll catch you guys next time.
I think maybe a natural end would be after this boss.
Yes,
Did you just do the whole dungeon in a half hour?
I did.
Not bad.
Almost half hour. All right, I gotta do something about. Do you do something?
Did you, in contrast, were you able to, first time playing the game, half hour beat the water dungeon in Twilight Princess?
Oh, I told you this. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Yeah, Twilight Princess, that water dungeon for me was 10 times worse than the infamous water dungeon in Ocarina of Time. It took me like 2 or 3 days, because I don't know what it was about it, but it's like this revolving staircase on 2 floors, and between each of the things, that was smart, between each of the areas, like,
Do you know how to beat this boss?
it might have been, I don't know what I'm doing, except for desperately trying to farm these for hearts.
That is an option.
Yeah, I don't understand why fire drops hearts, but here we are. Shit. Oh no, this is bad. Oh god. Okay, all right, everything's fine.
You don't need bombs, right?
I don't. Oh, I'm a dumbass. Oh blap. Nope, hold on. Oh blap. I gotta flip his back. It's all spiky, and he's like, I shouldn't have been wearing that. Whoop on him.
Your button mashing skills are pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, thank you.
And look, you're almost back to full health.
Yeah, one of these days we're gonna have to do a Game Boy camera. That would be a fun one.
Oh boy.
I know, I was surprised. I bought a Game Boy camera on a whim, after the Game Boy was like no longer a thing. And it's got like all these mini games and stuff. Like, damn. But one of them is like this marathon, like you're running this marathon. It's a, what's the one where you jump over the things?
So the question is, how do we?
Sean.
I don't know what it's called.
You're running and you're jumping. Hurdles.
Oh, hurdles. I
Yeah,
see.
so you run these hurdles, and oh god, this is bad. You run hurdles, and you have to tap the thing as fast as you can. and it's impossible to. Oh no, it's not. Winning isn't the worst part. When you beat it, you have to raise the flag of the winningness, and if until you raise that flag, you don't actually win. But you don't have to raise the flag. The flag, you have to button mash so fast because you tap it and it goes up a little bit, but you stop tapping and it starts falling really fast. And
okay, try to win here. Like...
I'm working on it. You drop the flag. It drops really fast, and good God, you just have to like button mash inhumanly, superhumanly. It's a mess. I think I felt it in my wrist for the next 3 days.
Oh, that reminds me of.
But I fucking did it, man.
That reminds me of. So in Banjo-Tooie, there's, I think it's Canary Mary. Basically, you face Canary Mary a whole bunch of times. Okay.
Canary Mary.
It's like a race in the game, and it's a button mashing thing. Okay. But the thing is that I remember like when I first played the game, like I could not beat the thing because it's like no matter how fast you mash the buttons, like she will beat you. Like it's like designed to be that way.
Oh, that's some BS. There's no way to win it?
Well, there is, and I had to like learn what the way is.
Look at this strategy.
and the answer is that you don't like the idea is like the further you get ahead of her, like the faster she'll catch up to you. So what you kind of want to do is you actually don't want to button mash super hard. You actually kind of want to like time yourself so that like right at the end you like sprint ahead. Like you don't actually try to like, because the further you are ahead from her in the race, the faster she goes.
Yeah. So you gotta like sandbag her.
Kind of like you have to kind of like keep pace with her,
and then at the last minute
you kind of like shoot ahead.
Isn't the horse race in Ocarina of Time is kind of like that. You have to like use up almost all your carrots, but then, or maybe it's just the one. It's either or.
Yeah.
But you have to just patiently wait for them to regenerate and do them like one at a time instead of like just burning through everything.
Yeah.
Because when you run through them all, it takes longer. All right, we fucking did it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Not bad.
32 minutes.
Not bad.
World record.
Okay. Well, I guess we're not
skipping
collecting
the heart.
Just heart pieces, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that was hot. It was so hot. I thought my fibers would catch fire. But it's over now. I suppose we should go back and speak to Malari. All right. That was a good one.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
All right. Goodbye.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.